Hello from the puppies to all the humans and fellow resellers out there. It is Vern. It is Courtney. And it is I, James, redoptionagency.com. And I'm here to just bring you my day. And ended up hitting $1,200 yesterday. $285 was a pair of shoes. 70 was an order from the day before that had all that various stuff in it, the CDs, hats, and shirt. One of the reasons I will not turn on the pay before you send an offer or credit card before you send an offer. That being said, the last 12 hours, I've sold 2 items. So that tells me the site and or server was down last night and they were updating or working on things again. So my goal for the day is to bounce that number up. I mean, that's the only way you can do it. So I will end some items, sell similar. I've got 700 items. I got over 700 items in my drafts. Half of those are finished, meaning they have pictures they could upload right now. They're already placed in their positions. The problem is, since there's no search in drafts, that's what I suggested. Hopefully they do that. I have to wait till they're all done because there's probably 645 records. And I don't know if I put duplicates in there because that's a lot of records to go through and try to remember each one you're typing in. So I got to wait till they're completely done. And then I'm going to hit the alphabetical order and then page through all those 45s to make sure I have no duplicates. If I do, delete it so I don't upload duplicates. Actually, here's some more I can probably add to that. I still got 5 boxes left laying down here. I still haven't got to yet. But after I get those done, I'm going to switch to hats and clothes. Clothes have been killing it for me lately. So I am going to go through and list a bunch of clothes and hats, or draft a bunch of clothes and hats. Probably try to get near 1,000 like I'm doing now with the media and kind of do the same routine. That being said, I won't be listing daily if I do that. So if I go in and end some items and sell similar every day, that'll at least get some free fresh going. And just work it like that and see what happens. Because if they're closing or shutting down servers every night, and it seems like it's always the server I'm on, if that's how it works, I don't know. Like I said before, I'm not a tech expert. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know something's going on and whatever. So I've got to figure out a way around it because it's obviously not going to stop anytime soon. So I've just got to do what I can. And thankfully, I don't have no stress right now. Everything's paid off. So I don't have no worries. I just got to make sure I get my payroll every month and pay what bills there are, like phone bill and what have you, storage lockers, stuff like that. So, which shouldn't be I'm not going to say that. Hopefully will never be an issue. How about that? We only got 2 new arrivals today. This morning, I should say. Hopefully we'll have a lot more come later. We've got this Bob James Lucky 7 album. This sold for $8. And this Cars Lightning McQueen hat sold for $11. So I can't change it, so I got to stop complaining about it. All I can do is just say the facts and come up with a solution or a way to try to alter what's going on. Because there are days where I could go 12 hours and only sell 2 items or 0 items, but still end up having a good day if I do the right proper things and or the site is working properly throughout the day. So I just got to think like that and push through every day. So that's all I can do. I mean, I got enough items up. Something's going to sell, right? So I just got to get more up. That's all I got to do. My goal is to double my store. I'm not going to be able to double it by the end of the year. I would love to. I'm going to shoot for that. But as long as I am so I'm at 29 right now. If I can get 35 plus, well, with the way the sales kind of lack lately, I might be able to get more than that, 35 to 40,000 by the end of the year in my store. That would be the goal. The low goal. The high goal is to double my store by the end of the year. So let's get it on and ship the other, or pull the other 7 items. 7. Nothing's even selling on the other sites. It's a ghost town. All right, this cool piece. This is another piece of clothing I put up a couple days ago. As of right now, I've made on just those clothes. I put up 75 clothing items 2 days ago, and as of right now, I've made $180 just on the items I put up that day. So the positive, clothes are still killing it. I know if I get a lot more hats up, that'll kill it. I haven't put no fresh hats in my store in probably a good 2 weeks. So I'll get some fresh hats in there, get that stimulated once I get this media done, and get more clothes up. Because I got a lot of clothes, a lot of hats, and a lot of media. All right, so this cool jacket, Livestock Exposition, Building for the Future, sold for $40. We are the youth of the nation. We are the youth of the nation. No, James, you're like the 50-year-old of the nation now. I am 50-year-old of the nation. Okay. All right, youth leadership camp. Sold for $11. Yeah, just after yesterday, man, I was feeling so drained, just thinking too much, and then thinking about Dad and how kind of like the disappointment of my dad's death, and then made me start thinking of the disappointment of my mom's death. And when my mom died, she wasn't talking to me because I had to sign her up for hospice. And so she told my sister, he thinks I'm going to die. Put me in a hospice. And she got mad at me and said that to me and stopped talking to me. And then 2 days later, she couldn't talk anymore. She couldn't do anything anymore. And so my mom's last words to me were she was just, I got a lot of hurt. I got a lot of freaking hurt. So her last words to me were negative, and she wasn't talking. So what I ended up having to do, this was 2009, and look at me, still a freaking mess when I talk about it. I think I got to find a way to get rid of this hurt. I think it's holding me back. But can you, as an emotional person, get rid of hurt? I don't know. But when she was at the point where she was just hanging on, and she was probably a couple of days past where they thought she was going to live, that evening when I went to see her, she can't see, can't talk, can't move. She's just a shell, basically. I grabbed her hand and told her I would take care of my sister, my dad. So, and then after I came home, I got a call 2 hours later that she had passed. So, but I tried to, tell her she could rest and stop fighting. So all that shit was on my mind yesterday. It was just weighing me down, and I don't know. I got to figure out a way to let it all go. Not sure how to do that yet, but I got to figure out a way because I can't keep hauling around all this hurt. I just can't. I gotta live for me now. Everybody's gone, so my sister, but she's got somebody taking care of her, so I don't have to worry too much about her. So I just gotta figure out how to let it go. Be selfish again. Just say, fudge it. All right. Sorry. Just going on. Just maybe the type of person, if I vent something, whether it's typing it on Facebook, even if it's only to myself, but I usually make everything public, but that's just the kind of person I am. I don't hide nothing. Or if I say it and just talk about it, it usually makes me feel better. So thank you for at least listening and hanging around, if you still are. And we'll continue pulling now. I didn't mean to hit you with that. I was trying to be so positive. Oh, man, I have failed miserably. Please forgive me. I'll try better next video. Be selfish, James. Be selfish. Just enjoy the things you enjoy in life. And don't worry about anything else. Let it go. All right, where are you at, CD? I'm going to turn them. Oh, here it is. The Cruel Sea. The honeymoon is over. Sold for $10. All right, we got this Outdoor Cap brand camouflage hat. Sold for $9.50. It's the babies. It's the babies. All right, first steps over here this morning. Turn on some lights. And then there was light. Ow. That was my elbow. Bastard. Stay out of my way. All right. All right. Let me make this quick. You are the pups of my basement. You are the pups of my basement. And the whole house. They don't just stay in the basement. Just in case you did not know that. Stock Show University hat sold for $9.50. I keep forgetting to look. I want to get some heated clothes so I can start riding my bike in the wintertime. If you're familiar with heated clothes, if you know the subject matter, if you don't have to go research or anything, because I'll do that. If you know heated clothes or know of a good brand or whatever, can you throw a idea, a name or whatever down below for me? Because I want to get some heated clothes so I can get out and ride my bike. Because during this past week, I've been overeating just to self-medicate, I guess, with crappy food. So I need to get to exercise and haven't been very motivated lately. But I would love to get out on my bike. If I had some heated clothes, it might make me feel better. I'm not familiar with heated clothes too well yet. So speaking of, just have to bike. Co-ed Naked brand t-shirt sold for $20. And we've got this vintage St. Louis Rams on the Logo 7. This sold for $14. And what I've noticed on my low days, and I'm wondering if this has something to do with the eBay site, to be honest with you, because I noticed on my low days, I have no international orders. Yesterday, even though it picked back up, and I'm thinking that's because I called in and they got into my account, because it normally spikes it. I think there was one time where I didn't really notice anything, but every other time it seems to spike my numbers. There was only one international order yesterday. So I'm wondering if there's a connection there with international issues also, but I don't know. Not going to sweat it. I'm just going to keep listing and keep shipping and hopefully keep selling. So, all right, that's everything for here. And then we'll get into the Peasant Mobile and get this stuff off. And then maybe I'll take you with me. How about that? Am I the only person that, totally respects, old Japanese men? I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't know why. There's just it's I don't know. I'm not sure what in my head triggers that when I see an elderly Japanese man that just thinks knowledge and respect. I guess it has something to do with history, since I love history, and if I dig deep into it, I'm sure I can figure it out. Will he make the light? It usually stays pretty decent time in this direction, so bam. Anytime new buildings go up or places go out of business, you can always count on something medical going in there. Seems like the only thing that's really expanding in this country is medical. So put your money in the stock market, put it in the medical fields, because that's where the money's made. Oh. What will we see today on our little vlog journey at the end of my short-ass pulling video? This is a bonus feature, so if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. How about that? There you go. It was yellow, officer. I swear it was yellow. I think this Saturday I'm actually going to take a little road trip, get out of the house and go somewhere. It's long overdue and something I need to do. So I'm like an hour and a half to 2 hours earlier than normal, so it's packed up here right now. So can I still get up here? Yes. So that means, whoops, I didn't even see him pull out there. That means I'm ahead of schedule, which means I've got extra time to list. All right, let me back in here without blocking anybody. How about we go a different route today? Take you on a little different view. We'll turn here, go by the police station government building, and then we'll go, let's go down Smiley. How about that? And then you'll be able to see the little mansion that's been here forever. It's owned by some friends of the family. They're in the process of selling it. They bought it and was going to repurpose it into like a catering kind of a event space. But they kept having issues with Maryland Heights getting the proper, I guess, zoning or permits or something, which is weird because it used to be like a YMCA, so it used to be like a business. So I'm not sure what, never asked the details of what they ran into problem-wise. So it's up for sale for like a little over $1 million, I think. But it's a cool building. Got to go through it and check it out one day with them. So we'll drive by that, take a look at that. Does still need work. I think all they got done was new windows, and since they were having so many issues with Maryland Heights, they decided not to put no money into it. Oh, there's some new construction going up there. Or a new house, that is. 'Cause these were put in a few years ago. Well, probably 10 years ago by now, but oh, another new one over here too. That's the time for the market, man. Might as well. If you're gonna invest right now, health stuff and make the proper moves with real estate and whatever on that end. Make some money. But the cool thing about this mansion, then there was used to be a path that went underneath over onto this side of the street to the servant's house. So just cool history, and I don't like some of the history stuff that went on in history, but I love like the architecture of history and things like that. So I think this house on the hill was the servant, or was it? Maybe it's down here. Maybe it's the next one. Maybe it's that one there was the servant house, that rock one. And then here's the house over here. So there was a trail that went underneath the ground over to the other house. So yeah, I don't think they got any of the inside work done. They just replaced all the windows and they stopped at that. But the potential there is, if you got the money, even for the ground, there's a lot of ground too. Because I think all that back here is part of theirs. So I'm not 100% on that. I know it goes over to the left, the right side of the house, but well, it was a small person driving that pickup truck. They were like way below the headrest. Oh, what's today? I know to bring my bag with me instead of just throwing stuff in my pocket, just in case I see something for sale. Because I have no cash on me if I don't bring my bag. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. I've always kind of liked this house over here. I'm like, that could be a good business house because it has, I don't know what the inside looks like, but it has that rustic look with that big old garage that I could run the business out of. But that other house is pretty damn small though. But I always look for the houses on sale on this street because they set back, they got some decent land, they're decent buildings. This church thing went up for sale several years ago. I'm like, that'd be nice to live in. Just freaking revamp that big ass church. Now it's a Buddhist center. That's who ended up buying it. But then you got all this land with these little houses, you know, which is like, if you had the money, you could rebuild and do something bigger like they did there. Because the one that I kind of looked at up here, it was for sale. The inside is just kind of a weird layout, and I think it's this one right here, maybe not. Maybe it's up here farther. No, I guess that was it, but it has a weird layout on the inside, what have you. So, I don't know. So now we're on that road. I was come down the opposite way the other day where the tornado hit and took out this house and a couple over here and what have you. So we're on our way to QT. I guess I need to get off here and text Adrian, see if he wants me to get him something before I get there. So let me do that at the stop sign here. Was it this church? No, it was one up here. There was one time this church right here. This was probably 16, 17 years ago, close to when I started reselling. They had a book sale, and it was in that little building beside it. And I went in there toward the end and said, how much to take it all off your hands? If you guys are done with it, done with the sale, don't want the books no more, how much to take it all off of your hands? And I go, just give us a donation. I don't remember how much I just gave them, but I got a truck full of books and made some good money off of them. Because this was before the day people were scanning. To get a scanner was, you know, not the easiest thing to do back in then days. So if you bought a whole place full of books like that, then you got some good stuff in it. Can't do that nowadays unless you find the right place. Gotta get them where they're not picked over nowadays. Sometimes I like coming the opposite way because you see things you don't see the other direction. So. I looked at that house before we bought the house we moved into. Sorry if you didn't get a good view of that. But what was weird about it is we stopped and looked in the windows before we and we looked at this one too. We actually went in this one and looked it over, but it was really small rooms. But the other one, before we called anybody, we decided to stop and look in the windows, and you go to the living room window, look in, and you see a hot tub. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Why is there a hot tub right beside the living room there, and you could see it from the window? So we're like, so we didn't even bother even going inside and checking that one out. Just kind of weird. Alright. You've seen all this when I turn down the street to go to QT, so maybe we'll go down the rock road after I get the sodas and you can see what going down the rock road looks like instead of the old rock road, which I'm on right now. And we're off. Even though I don't shop there, I still look at the cars they get in. Alright. When the tornado came through here, it took out some stuff too. This is where it extended from over there where I showed you where the houses went out yesterday. Went that way, and then that way toward the airport. Took out some of the airport. Giving you the grandiose tour, if you will. Up here on your left, you'll have the touring cyclist where I have bought my trail bike from. This place is kind of new. It's only been here a couple of years. They do redo cars and stuff in there. Haven't been in there yet, though. There's the touring cyclist, the bike shop. They don't carry GT or anything. So, ooh, what was that black and yellow one? That looked cool. Nope, James, you don't need no more bikes. You just bought 2 new bikes this year. You don't need none right now. My bank, First Community. very happy with them too. They were very helpful when it came to getting the loans from the government for the COVID and the free money and all that stuff. They were very, very, very helpful and very hands-on with helping facilitate that. I like that green. Cars there are stupid expensive for the mileages they have on them. They always have, even before COVID. I'd hate to see what their prices are now with COVID and the shortage of cars. But here's the main drag. We got the Targets. Back there we had the Walmart. Got the Aldi's. Got the Kohl's. Got the restaurant that never gets their food properly correct. Always screws it up. Chipotle. This was the Pizza Hut that was filled with bugs and roaches and stuff that ended up closing because of the viral video that went around. Right after that, they closed. If you're looking for jewelry, Romantic Jeweler right here, a friend of ours owns that. Boom, 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 boom. The firehouse. Highway 70. I usually have church sales a few times a year here. This is where I usually come out with the camera, the old Rock Road. So now we're back into familiar grounds for you. Going over Highway 270. And headed home. Alrighty, that's enough. You've seen this all before. That Sarah's Pizza over there, that's our friends who own that mansion I told you about. They were going to convert it into a event space with catering and all that. I'm not a pizza person. I don't eat pizza, but if you're ever in the area, order from Sarah's Pizza. All right, you've seen this bumpy road before, so thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you this evening, hopefully with some lot more sales.